Hello and welcome to It's Good to be Bard. Did you know that it's good to be Bard? If you did, then you're in the right place. A small group of aged half-wits bicker and moan their way through yet another role-playing session. But a role-playing session of what game? This time out, the Bard boys, that's Matt, our GM.
Hello.
Graeme.
What?
Ollie.
Oi, oi.
Dave. That's me. And Dave too.
That's totally unfair.
Are playing host to that car manual of a game, Salvage Union. If you listen to the first part of the adventure, you'll have heard the final end.
I'm going to press the button.
But how did we get here? In a post-apocalyptic world, Wasted Dreams, Slim Jim, Zeitgeist and Slender Brenda were heading out to a city in search of a downed airship. It may hold vital salvage to allow them to keep their home going and equipment to approve their own mechs and maybe cure that slight tilt in Slim Jim's pilot seat. Encountering a strange amalgam of car and goop, the team heroically engaged and defeated it, but Slender Brenda now has a concern that her mech is going to overheat if she turns on the seat warmer and spends half the game whining. Zeitgeist has pushed a strange button on his stolen mech, Wasted Dream tries to keep the mission on track, and Slim Jim is just trying to squeeze it in, but the girls won't let him. Need pictures to help visualise this nonsense? Head over to Facebook and the link in the description for some unique art, especially pictures of Slender Brenda and Zeitgeist. Warning! This session does have someone having fun fondling their dice while we talk, someone regularly flicking through the rulebook, and it does contain spoilers for the game The Downing of the Atychos. So if you're going to play this game, I would advise listening to this podcast to really fox your GM by knowing every step of the scenario. If all that sounds like fun, on to the second part of Salvage Union.
Well, I thought I'd print the maps out. I had to make sure the printers are working again.
I mean, I'll be honest, the maps are shit. However, it's nice to have a printout.
Authentically shit.
I'm all for them.
I'm not.
Who knows anything about
I'm
them?
against that kind of thing.
I don't.
Okay, so you've
See,
got
he's printed in full colour. Look at all that toner he's used.
no expense spared.
All that black toner. There's tons of it.
And that's the city map.
Fair dues. Well, at least we can see where the
No,
smudge we are.
No, we've attached an LCD screen to the Spectrum, and that's what's come out.
Put that in the centre.
I mean, it took us 3 hours to get those.
So that's the original map. Before we start, I thought we would need to have an actual recap of what the hell's gone on, because it's been 14 years since we last played.
That's true. I don't need a recap.
Okay, so in the previous session, the inaugural Salvage Union.
Inaugural. All right.
You guys you guys were part of a crawler crew, altogether pilots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We used a crew
Called Tin Lizzie.
Yes.
Tin Lizzie.
Which is not at all funny.
Mine's called Hostile Takeover.
No, that's the crawler.
the crawler. Yeah,
Oh,
Tin
right.
Tin Lizzie.
Right.
While marauding through the waste.
So you are called
Hostile Takeover.
at your mech.
I don't know that I... Hang on, let's see what name
Can
I
you
came
not
up
come
with.
up with a character name?
The spectrum takes a while.
Call sign is Zeitgeist.
And Ollie.
My call sign is Slim Jim. My mech is called Swamp Donkey.
Graham.
My call sign is Wasted Dreams, and I haven't actually created a mech name according to this, but it's just Rusty. So
Rusty.
Because it'll do. Yeah.
Rusty, yeah.
And
Bag of bolts. That piece of shit.
and I am Slender Brenda, and I am driving Kitten.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Of course you are.
As I was saying, you were marauding across the waste in your crawler.
Is that really marauding when we're just crawling across the waste, doing
Mincing.
fuck all?
We're mincing in our crawler.
Okay, mincing across the desert. That's fair dues.
I think you've got one of those massive ear tracks, so maybe I just kind of sound effects that come up.
Marauding.
Marauding. Yeah.
Where you
Stripping everyone bare.
Big Les is the dude in charge of
Is he learning to fly?
the Tin Lizzie. Big Les.
Big Les learns to crawl.
and you guys got a notification, a distress beacon of a ship that went down in, which you've later found out, Hope Falls.
Hope Falls, does she indeed?
This was the Atychos ship belonging to the Advantis Industries Corporation. And you guys were sent out to claim what salvage you could before the corporations got to it first, or any other third, fourth, fifth party. And you ventured out into the
wilderness.
to track down the Atychos. And you ventured...
Is that the name of the ship, the Atychos?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So we believe it's come down
In Hope Falls.
Yes.
Near here.
You came through the Hidden Valley, which is
very clearly labelled on the map.
Which is
Yes, obviously, so it should be called the Valley.
the valley.
Yeah.
It's obviously second section, so it's no longer the Hidden Valley. Obviously,
We know where that is. It's number
Pound
6.
Valley.
And you moved through the.
I believe we went to the reservoir, so we
You
go
did.
to Scrapper's Bluff.
You did. You went to one of the nearby settlements. You agreed to bring back some scrap to help them repair their reactor for their fallen crawler.
So we're in Hope Falls now.
You are.
We are, because we...
Are you supposed to wear a bikini when you hold stuff like that?
I am.
Oh, well,
God.
well, that's that then.
Ruined. That's it. Done.
Ruined.
We are now disbanded. It's good to be bad.
Well, we had a good run.
Oh, God,
I mean-
there's 10 years of therapy right there.
I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't be so bad, but my balls are hanging out either side.
Oh, I thought they were earmuffs. Never mind.
Earmuffs? What shape do you think my testicles are?
I know he's old.
I thought you tied them to your belt while you were.
I took them in my belt.
They're big, they're round, they bounce off the ground.
Only when I run.
So we last left you plucky scrappers as you were exploring Hope Falls. You had salvaged an industrial area and the lake.
In the industrial area, we salvaged that mech that we found.
A scorpion carapace, level 1.
Mm-hmm.
4 tech level 2 bits of junk.
Yeah.
A jackhammer chassis for level 2.
That's when that was in industrial,
Blueprints of core tech level 3.
which was in the lake.
Correct.
A 50 caliber machine gun.
That's right.
And a leaky pattern scrapper.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that was Artemis's pattern.
And that's what you want to sort out your heatsink problems.
Well, yes, I
machine
do
gun.
have I am basically defenceless now because I can't fire any of my weapons.
Why
As
can't
soon
you
as I
fire?
fire them,
'Cause it-
my heat goes to 6 and my mech shuts down.
Oh,
And as it flies, that's kind of a bad thing.
Yeah, so I'm
Why on
basically
earth would that
defenceless.
be a problem?
Well, I'll just have to find a way to
But
stop people shooting
It's
at
not
me.
a problem for you, but it's a problem for
Tell you
him.
what
While
we'll
they're
do.
killing me,
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll drill loads of holes in the side of your mech to let the heat out. You know you like being well drilled.
Slender Brenda takes offence to that. She says, "You disgusting, you buy me dinner."
First.
so we last left you just before we ended the last session. You were about to head into the central plaza.
Where shit's going down in Groovetown.
Why are we going to the Central Plaza?
That is a
That's
great
where
question.
isn't that where we believe the actual thing that we're looking for
Yeah.
is?
But isn't that where all the corporate guys are?
Correct.
In better mechs than ours. Didn't he have a flashing button on his dashboard?
It did. That is
And
correct.
he
Can I?
pre- and he pressed it.
Oh.
Is your ZX Spectrum booted up now?
Because as we faded out, he went to press it on
Yeah. He
Yes.
would know. He knows.
Yeah.
So now we need to know what he finds when.
What's
the
it
last time.
What does it do? What does it do? Yeah, because I did, didn't I? I went, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to press the button.
Yeah, press the button, baby. Make the bed go up and down.
Yeah. Well,
Let go up, let go down.
you press the button.
And his mech explodes.
Yeah.
And so it says espresso or macchiato.
You get like a little, a line by line printout on your mech sort of readout.
Is it like a ZX Spectrum printout? So it's coming out in that little tiny silvery paper
Yep.
that
Yeah.
takes ages to come out.
no, it's dot matrix.
That's what I mean.
No, he's right. He's absolutely bang on because Work Matrix, there were thermal printers and it was like bog roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
School bog roll.
Yeah, no.
Because I had one. I didn't
And
have a
then-
ZX Spectrum, but I had the printer.
And
I
then
had
a month
the ZX
later.
A
81.
month later, you got a picture.
It goes containment protocol complete.
That doesn't sound good.
And a little like tube kind of pops up the back behind where you're.
It's like a messenger tube.
Yep. And then it goes.
It says nosy.
What the
bastard.
tube pops up.
Yeah.
It says nosy bastard on it.
And it goes units available 1 0.
Units.
But 1-0, as in 10.
No, as in 0. As it's gone from 1 and it kind of to 0.
1 and then cross through and now it's 0.
So it's kind of like they've gone, right, we finished this operation, we're done.
Yeah, but what?
Kind of sounds like
what
they
have
might
we-
have finished.
What have we contained?
Oh,
Well,
well,
you-
go on.
I've pressed a button and it's
Well,
contained
remember,
something.
Obviously,
if
being a
it's-
Spectrum, it's very poorly designed, so you have to get out of your cockpit, climb up and look, and there's like...
Clive Sinclair spinning in his grave,
and
you bastard.
pull out this tube, and there's like this kind of lava lamp, kind of
Ooh, that'll look nice for internal
black
decoration.
liquid floating in this tube.
270s for your corporate guy. I'll have it.
Oh, it's going to be liquid.
So it's like a glass or perspex tube.
It's going to be liquid Semtex, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's some black stuff.
I've drank 4 of them.
That wasn't a cocktail.
Right, we have black stuff
You do.
in the tube. Right, okay.
Will that make you a boy from the black?
Hey.
UK TV reference there.
I can do that. He's his job. He just died the other week, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did. Yeah.
Bernard Hill.
That was the steam coming out of his mech as it's
He
kind
is.
of overloaded itself with doing its one.
What?
It's doing its
What do you mean it's overloaded? It's...
I don't think he means your entire neck.
No, you're fine.
Just that vacuum tube.
Right, okay.
Why are you drawing a fetus in it?
He said it was black.
black.
I haven't made it black yet. He said it was like a lava lamp, so I've got to colour it in.
So are lava lamps known for having fetuses in them?
No, it's not fetus.
He's a bloody critic. I just start drawing something and he's immediately in.
It's not a fetus. It's Casper the racist ghost.
And just for future reference, you just say in your inventory you have a meld sample.
Meld sample.
And what would that mean to us?
What would it mean to him?
As characters, you guys don't know what it is,
But
but
it's on his mech. He must know what that function means.
he's never seen it
It's got
before.
the user's manual for starters. The Haynes guide.
No,
The
he
Haynes
opened
guide
it.
to
He went,
mechs.
that's 200 pages.
His
man, took it away.
guides are shit though, because they say, and now just unscrew the compressor and double tap the boiler, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Unhook the arc reactor.
yeah, exactly.
Now, if you recall, again, it's been a while since the last session,
I don't recall.
that just before this scene, you guys were fighting
For a very short period
It was
of time.
some sort of cow monster.
It was
thing.
an amalgamation of different mechanical things, and it was held together by a kind of black viscous liquid similar to what's in the tube.
That is pertinent
Oh,
information.
so his mech may have actually
Scooped a bit up.
scooped the black goo up
And his
contained
mech, his
it.
particular mech, we discovered was stolen, found, recovered mech of the same corporation that's looking for.
But he
Which
says
was Advantist Industries?
Correct.
I wrote that.
a meld.
Wait,
Meld.
A meld. So that means it's melding different bits of kit together and doing whatever it wants with them. We've encountered the Transformers.
excellent.
So next episode we're going to have to
Octopus
fight.
Prime.
We're going to have to fight Dave's mechs because it's
You get a black
sentient.
suit, you get a black suit, you get a black suit, you get a black bikini.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, back to David Bikinis again.
Yeah.
You knows it, baby.
Share, like, and subscribe
Yeah.
for more bikini content.
Well, a picture of me in a bikini may be available
If we go away forever.
if enough people pay.
Gaming at the
Oh,
beach.
God.
Gaming at the beach. Oh yeah. I mean, I can jiggle these bad boys for you if you want.
So
We're not talking about your testicles
You guys-
again, are we?
you guys have a little time. You know the corpos are in the next zone. You've caught wind of them. You know they're there. You got time to heal up. You got time to.
I can smell corpse.
Yeah, you just shot 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I too can smell bacon.
He's a cop.
Isn't he an ex-corp?
Government.
I'm ex-corp.
So did you steal your mech?
That's
He's just a madman in a box.
that's why mine's called hostile.
Everyone
takeover.
steals something from work.
Yeah, he took a mech. You're the people take pencils.
Part of his severance
Amateurs.
Why didn't you steal a good mech? Sort of a tech level 1.
Well, the only reason he could steal that is it was out by the bins.
Stuck in the skip.
It had a condemned sticker on it.
I think I must have put that picture of kitten in a plant pot over the front of on no account fire these weapons because they overheat your mech.
Now you are an engineer or a scrapper.
I am an engineer.
Oh,
I'm a hauler.
so I think you could try to swap it out mid.
That's
Yeah,
what I
switch
was
the weapon
going
out.
to
I'm going to assume that as we're on the clock here, that I can't just spend 4 hours jiggering with my mech.
I
Well, don't
mean,
you have jury rig?
I do have jury rig, but jury rig doesn't happen. You don't just suddenly go and it's done.
Well, you're not MacGyver.
it will take some time if you want.
MacGyver
You
needs
could.
needs a musical montage over the top,
Oh, well, we can arrange that.
sweating and doing
Oh, well,
cabbages.
I'll fire the tape deck up.
Do
No
you have
problem.
2 weapons?
I have 2 flamethrowers.
Is there any way you could just turn one of them off?
Sure.
So he only fires one of them at a time, because if they're twin, it's him, is it firing both of them that's
I have no idea.
causing you the heating issue?
I don't know what heat a single flamethrower does, or 2 flamethrowers, or 47 flamethrowers.
47.
Yeah, that is a one-shot deal on a big mech. It just burns everything like a scorched earth policy.
Boom, baby.
I'm just thinking the Spectrum might have an LP player on it.
Put some vinyl on.
Or maybe
Well,
Laserdisc or something.
No, but it's got a cassette player.
Oh, nice.
8-track.
Yeah. Big chunky bad boys.
You have to keep messing with the tone and the volume.
Yeah. For our younger listeners, 8-track was a music format back in the 70s.
A long, long time ago.
The 1670s.
It's kind of what it feels like.
Matt is now reading the rule book.
Always a mistake.
I mean, going, doesn't help.
I'm not sure it overheats quite as quickly as you think it does.
You gave me 3 heat, and I've got 6 heat.
And
I
you
fired
said
them
that
once.
If you go over the heat cap, it shuts off.
Yeah, so as soon as I fire them
Oh
again,
yeah, I
I'm done.
think that's because depending on what you roll, you gain extra heat. Yeah,
No, you just gain heat for using flamethrowers.
you do, I think, but only one per.
Well, you gave me 3.
You were mean to him.
And maybe it was also a roll on the
Some of your
turn.
attack rolls generate extra heat. Yeah,
Well, there you go.
if you mess up.
Well, if you use your
Yeah,
weapon
but so
level, for
he
example,
runs that same risk.
Yeah, every single time. If I can't fire my weapons, it's pointless having them.
Does actually
You
sort
can
of beg the
throw.
question. So presumably with that type of mech, you would have something like just guns.
I'd have
Not
to.
heat, not lasers or whatever, because whatever. It's a laugh. It's funny.
Not funny, haha.
It was you.
You guys.
You must have gained heat from your rolls rather than the weapon itself.
Yeah, but if I can gain 2 heat, basically I can't fire those weapons again.
Woo!
Because
Get it?
if I roll the same roll again, my mech's gone.
You just have to roll on the overload table to see if it shuts down.
Well, I didn't know about an overload table. So if I hit 6 heat, it doesn't necessarily shut down. Is what
Not
you're
necessarily
saying.
by straight off the bat. No, you
Right,
have
okay.
to make a roll.
You can just shut it off to deal with the heat problem.
Yeah, but then he's still got the problem of he's flying.
Mhm.
And I'm not now.
Yeah, if he shuts it off, it's kind of
They'll be flying
Start
without
out.
wings.
Well, don't matter.
It's a glider now.
I mean, I'll go with it. It's fine. I just won't
Yeah.
fire my weapons.
a 50-ton glider.
Oh.
Some of them do have a heat cost, but they don't seem to be on
That's
the
definitely a
intro.
rock song, right?
If you can't find it, we either have to sit there with lots of silence now, or we have
Bust
to...
it out, Matt. Is it that important?
Do you want
Make it up.
Well, why don't you get on with the adventure?
What?
I'll have a look, see if I can have a look.
Wipe all the heat out and just start again.
That's a good idea.
Because that's more fun than sitting here in silence.
I was just trying to.
Well, it has had about 3 months to cool down. So.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true.
Not enough time for a spectrum, but anything else.
That will have nearly loaded that picture.
Or is the adventure in your rule book?
The adventure is in his room.
For the hot trick, hand generate heat.
Well, I'll take those pages out, hand them to you, and then I'll go through the rest. I'll go through the rest of your book.
No,
for you.
I'll pen you a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Snip,
Yeah, we'll do it
snip,
nice
snip.
and neatly.
It's just,
I'm going to say your heat's recovered for now.
Right, he's made a decision.
You are fresh.
I'm very fresh.
So, are you guys storming
Oh, get
into
me
the plaza? Are you trying to go in quietly?
I'm going
We're
in
in
quietly
mechs.
on my 30-foot mech.
Quiet.
yeah.
Put your legs on silent.
Yeah.
We're hunting mechs.
Coming in going, awooga, awooga.
Alert! We are in stealth mode. Alert!
I'll put its special rubber shoes on so it doesn't clunk.
Fair.
It's like Blue Thunder, whisper mode.
Yeah.
No, we'll do like Scooby-Doo. We'll walk on tiptoes.
Yeah.
And just
Oh dear.
You fucking
Fantastic.
penis.
just as a remember, you have your mottos, your keepsakes to generate rerolls
And backgrounds.
and backgrounds. Do you want me to remind you what those do?
My background's a beach scene with a beach ball, but not that kind of background. Okay.
I got where he was going with that.
I'm sorry. For nothing!
So just a reminder, if a pilot takes an action that aligns with their keepsake and it's important to them, they may reroll the dice on their action.
You mean what?
Reroll the dice.
Reroll.
Oh, right.
If you use your motto,
I'm not sure how I can use
My
the
motto.
keepsake in line with in line with the game or whatever he said.
What's your keepsake?
It's a set of dog tags, but what's yours?
Bobblehead.
Yeah, how the hell are you going to use that to get a reroll?
Don't bop it for luck or something.
I don't know.
Anyway, motto is that's to help other people, isn't
yes,
it?
they grants them a reroll.
And then,
And if the background as well, if you do something in line with your background, you may also have a reroll. And these recharge between sessions. You guys moving through the central plaza, you can see burned wreckage surrounding you, bits of the ship kind of still smoking away. This used to be
Why did we go from the industrial zone to the lake? Why didn't we just go straight to the plaza?
Because we didn't know where it was. I think we'd just come into
Surely
it.
it would have had a big smoke plume.
Well, because it only connects the industrial zone
Yeah.
to the lake.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And it broke up into different
it's like the Crystal
sections.
Maze. Come on, get with the program.
So only give us 60 seconds to...
Yes, I will choose a mental puzzle, please.
Yes, you are a bit.
You might as well. We're all mental.
And you can see the fuselage of the Atychos,
Ship.
yeah, kind of sticking through one of the buildings and kind of smoking up into the sky.
Okay.
Smoking. I hope he's got a permit.
I am having a fair.
As you approach, as you guys get even closer, you see what's the remains of a truck kind of fly past you and land about 30 feet behind you. And
Do we see what through it?
Godzilla.
And you kind of look in the direction of where it was thrown, and you see like a giant black claw kind of strike down.
Fuck me, I was right.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been fun. We've had a lot of fun.
What we do, Matt, is collectively back out of the zone.
Yeah, my 30-foot quart is gone. Backing up.
Dressage.
Yeah, we do a bit. So,
good times. So what's it doing, this untitled behemoth?
the claw.
Now that you're focusing on it, you can see that it seems to be engaged in a hostile action with something.
This claw is.
You can you can pick up gunfire peckering it.
So it wasn't just having angry sex with that truck.
No.
I've heard of car sex, but that's...
Do we have any
Does that make
idea
us doggers?
Yes.
what this claw's going to be attached to? Given its size, what we see of it, our previous experiences in this world.
I think one of yours has like binoculars or something, or enhanced. It might be the
I
spectrum.
believe one of us does.
Bionic sensors, zoom optics.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's have a go.
So he boots up, and after 5 minutes, it zooms in.
No, that's not. I'm not asking what it's sick, but like for example, if I were to see a scorpion's tail, I'd know that that's attached to a scorpion.
Correct.
Right?
Okay.
So is this thing
A bit presumptuous.
some form of mechanical monstrosity? Would it be potentially, if it's that size that you're describing, would that be the sort of thing that's attached to a crawler, or would it be another mech, or would it be,
Most likely a mech.
Right.
But you've never seen something like this before. In terms of its...
Which means it's above our
above our
tech
pay
level,
grade.
which isn't saying much. Because if it's a level 4 mech, say, it'll tear us all apart.
I mean, those four skips bunched together are above our tech level.
The Albanian State Washing Machine Company.
And again, you watch for a few more...
They've rinsers.
A little while longer, you see like some kind of missile hit this thing. And kind of... You feel the sonic blast a few seconds later.
So clearly 2 sets of people have turned up to salvage this thing. What if we run in, nick it all and run off while they're fighting each other? Because I've got my rigging now, I can just tear bits off this ship.
You could certainly try.
I think I'd like to try it.
I think what we do need to know is where this fight is taking place in comparison to the ship.
Over there.
Yeah. In comparison to the ship, is there a route round it? Is there a route over it? If my mech can go over it, I don't know how high it can levitate it, etc., etc.
Didn't you say it was basically in front of where we were?
It's obvious. So if you imagine the kind of fuselage is kind of speared through a building.
How far away? We don't have any scale on the map.
That's true. About 100 metres. So it's big enough that you would notice it from
And
this.
the fight is happening where?
Close to it, in close proximity to it.
75, 80, 90 metres away? I don't know which.
I'd say 80.
80 metres, so 20 metres
Is the
behind.
fight in between us and the ship?
Yes.
Right, so
the things like sort of almost in front of it, kind of engaged, and you can't see because the buildings are in the way, but you presume...
Can you get into the building and go in through the other side?
Good point. Yeah, can we go round the fight?
Round the fight, we'll go in through the back, smash the back door in,
Yep.
and
Not again.
do it from inside the building.
Okay, you're going to go in through the building. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Why not?
into the brown door.
You would be being told about smashing the back door.
That sounds
It's
good.
my birthday.
That sounds good. Nominate someone to make a roll then. This is to determine if you get into there unmolested.
Not me.
I think since it's your plan,
Oh, good. And we're born.
It's a D20 roll.
Go for it.
go for it, Marty.
Great Scott! 7.
7.
I don't know what's good.
High.
I'll tell you now, 7 isn't.
7
Well-
isn't great.
It's not terrible. 1's bad.
Yeah, but 7's not that far from 1.
What happens is if it's on 1, you accidentally lean against the tape player, and are you all ready for this? Starts blaring out.
Okay.
Band to the board.
Okay. As far as you know, you're in.
I'm in.
As far as we
Made it.
know, right?
All of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've all...
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Float. Stomp,
Yeah.
stomp, stomp. Float.
Maybe if I save energy, I just casually float behind you on a piece of string, like a balloon.
As you kind of come around to get into the flank round, you see there are at least 3 to 4 mechs engaged in this fight in this thing.
all the mechs are fighting this one thing.
This huge thing. And you get an idea, this is what it looks like.
It's a behemoth.
Yeah.
No, it's too late.
So it's a big back splodgy thing on 4 mechanical legs. Unless it's only 3 mechanical legs and there's not one hidden behind that picture.
You're a fighter, a soldier.
Not today. I'm not. I've resigned.
No. Would we have enough technical analysis to determine who's winning?
Yes.
There's 4 mechs fighting this thing, and they're all ripped to shit.
Well, I've got the zoom optics. I might as well use them just to have a.
That's just getting a closer look. It's he wants to find out whether you can assess who's winning the fight.
Can we get the popcorn on?
Well, you can give it a go.
Rip all the stuff out of the mech, the ship, and then do one.
It looks like it's not going too well for them.
Excellent.
We better be quick.
Right, we'll go and salvage what we can from the ship then.
Are you going to make your roll to
Does Mr. Corpo have like a blueprint that he can handily call up, and then we know where we're going?
Unfortunately not.
I'm going
It's got eyes.
to make a roll to see if I can see anything using the bionic sensors.
Okay.
Anything closer. Which is a 14.
So you're trying to find an
It's
entry
bionic.
point, or just see what you can see?
Well, I think that'd be a good idea, actually. Find an entry point on the ship that we can sneak in, and preferably a route, the best route towards that entry point as well.
Yeah, you actually do find you find an entry point. What's interesting is it looks like something's like pushed its way out.
Yeah, it's probably the reactor we're looking for.
What, that thing?
Yeah, yeah.
The reactor?
Yeah, probably. Because it would be a remarkable
Like the way that the
coincidence if it
metal's
wasn't.
pushed outward, like something's pushed
No,
burst out.
no, you far too suspicious.
Would it be behemoth-sized hull?
Maybe not quite that big.
It's added to itself.
It's had some lunch.
I'm just not seeing it.
I think it's like a dot matrix printout of this is what he can see.
To be fair, we don't care about the reactor.
No,
It's
we
other
don't.
people that give a shit about it.
Yeah. Also, didn't we, when we told the reactor might explode at some point?
Oh, in that case, why the hell are we here?
Yeah.
Let's go on. We've
I
got
think
enough.
self-question
That's
why
for
we
the-
came this far anyway.
That's for the crawler you're probably thinking of from the settlement.
Well, I don't care about them.
No, not really. I mean, if they're...
True Wastelander.
Exactly.
If these guys are corpos, I don't want to have anything to do with them.
They not corpus. I was a wastelander. Therefore, I'm all for one and each man for himself.
No, but aren't these guys fighting this behemoth corpos? We're after parts to help their reactor, not this. We don't care about this reactor.
Okay.
Excellent. In that case, what we do is we gun down all the mechs and steal all their mechs.
Let's wait until the fight's finished.
Excellent. Just
Fair
wait till
enough.
they win.
Fair
They're
enough.
on their last
So-
legs.
So there's the hole into the fuselage to get access to scrap. Who's going in first?
I suppose the first question would be, what size is the hole and who can fit in?
You can get your mech in. It's quite big, actually.
All of us is what you...
Not at the same time. You probably have to go in individually.
Single file.
Right, so all of us can fit
Who's
in.
got the salvage arm? I think the best plan would be for you to go in and us to guard your back.
Fair enough. I will engage my locomotion system as I crawl up.
I'll do my nails.
Okay.
That will help me. Like, extra sets of spindly legs shoot out the side and basically crawl up it.
Nice. Oh,
He's doing his
he's
nails.
doing his nails. Well, wait. Okay.
With Hello Kitty pattern over the top.
I haven't got time for that.
You feel the ground shake as well as the battle continues.
Come on! That's not straight!
Yeah.
Pass me a tissue. I need to wipe this off.
So you're going in first. So
Yes.
what you see is important. You climb in.
Yes.
You get in there and you see there are 2 mechs in here and they are burning with flamethrowers and
Oh, their heat will be through the roof.
What are they
they
burning?
appear to be burning canisters
Canisters.
Canisters of black goo.
and there's like bodies as well that are like
This,
sort of
this
burning
smells
away.
of a cover-up, doesn't it?
Well, it will be a bit.
This is their experiments got loose, basically.
And one of them turns around and clocks you and attempts to shoot you.
Ooh,
Okay. Not cool.
Not cool.
not cool.
Well, that's great.
Is it?
That's great.
Excellent.
He's blew himself up.
No, I haven't blew myself
Shot
up.
his mate.
Yeah. What are you doing, Ollie?
Is there anything... obviously it's a ship. Is there like a fuel tank in there that's visible?
Not from where you are. No, you're surrounded by flames.
Where you're rendering?
So if they hit yours, you'll be like a tin of spam.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
All that pink meat inside.
Spam, 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 spam.
Spammity spam.
Wonderful spam.
Matt, floodlights.
Yep.
That I've got on.
You only work underwater.
I presume they're really bright.
Yes.
I could turn the floodlights on, pointing towards them.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unload my gun on them.
Okay. Are you 2 behind him, or are you stayed down with?
Well, yeah, he was going in first.
yeah.
And we were watching his back.
We were going to watch his
Okay.
back.
Cool.
I'm presuming that meant staying out here and making sure nobody crept up behind
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're all crowded around the hatch.
I mean, G could go in and help him.
Well, I will do in a moment. In terms of whatever flash, thwack, daka sound comes from his neck.
Daka.
So I don't know if it's laser, flame, or
It was bullets.
bullets. No, but from him.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to roll for the shot? That is an 11.
An 11.
I'm hoping the floodlights might distract them a bit.
How much damage do you do?
It's normally 2.
2.
How do you know how much damage? Oh, it says there.
Okay. So, if you give me an initiative roll, please. Now, it's essentially a surprise as they popped in.
15.
Because of the floodlights, you guys will all get to go first.
Okay. And you said a lot of the interior was on fire.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much advantage it's going to be me climbing into it if everything's on fire.
But you would need to move out the way to let these two in if you wanted to.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up above the hatch with my high tensile rope.
Okay.
I'm basically going to secure myself. I'm just going to use my locomotion to drag myself over the top of the hatch so I'm not visible anymore. I'm just sitting on top of the ship rather than where the hatch is.
Cool.
Because it means that they're less likely to be able to get a shot on me.
Good mime.
It's
It's great for audio miming. You've gone full Chauvin.
Mr. G?
Do you know what? I laughed so hard at that.
Can I see the two mechs that are in there from where I am?
You can now, yes.
Right, well in that case, blamo. Yes. More of a blam. Or more of an O than a blam, I guess, with a 3. It's going to miss.
Yeah, just goes wide. It's because he pulled himself up and sort of shook and knocked your aim off. Spectrum.
Right. 9.
Is that your attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is you using?
50 caliber machine gun.
I'm going to say you can hit if you want, but you're also going to clip Ollie's mech.
Ah, that's no good.
All right, and then you shall miss because you kind of like he's shaking things. You kind of go wide.
I don't want to do damage
shot.
to the other members of the team. That's no.
So you
good.
can.
I'd have definitely shot me.
What's the range on these things?
Yeah, but I know I
That'd be
would
the
have
first
just you out if I had.
It's kind of range
You'd
banded,
accidentally
so
shoot me.
if you could see them, you'd have to move to see them, but you could fire with your 50 cal.
Flamethrowers is all I've got.
Right. Right. Okay.
And there's
You would have
plenty
to move up. Yeah.
There's plenty of flames in there.
You could get there in the second round if you wanted to climb in and go up personal.
And what does the damage come off when you get shot?
Structure points.
Structure
Right,
points.
okay.
Yeah.
So if they shoot me, I'm nearly dead as well.
Oh, are you piloting a kite? Basically?
I've got
Kind of, no?
6 heat cap and 5 structure points. So I can't really get involved in a combat.
So it's really good for energy.
Yeah.
Just fuck all else.
Yeah. So being in a fight is no use to me.
You are basically the scout.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a scout thing. A hover drone.
What you could do is you could hover up, get out of your mech, and use your own weapon and fire.
That's why it's a drone. You've 3D printed it.
Do
You lunatic.
Is I riding on top of one of these tiny
Yes.
little things?
Yes.
Do you know what weapon I've got? A riveting gun.
Okay.
So, no, I can't.
No, okay.
I would have thought that surely a 50 cal machine gun does 1 point of damage. Me carrying a handheld gun is not going to do anything.
Well,
Might get lucky.
50 cal does 2 points of damage.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That's me told.
As you told.
Get fucking told.
Hang on, wait a minute. What's that sound? That's my neck winding back in.
I did wonder.
So you're going to remain where you are for now.
I don't know what I can do.
I would suggest you get rid of those flamethrowers and replace it with the longest range weapon you can find and then start nuking things from orbit.
It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah.
So we get the rail gun is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
basically, yeah. So he can hover around, just go.
He stays home on the on the hauler.
We do have a piece of kit that we store, which is a 50 cal machine gun, but of course it takes time to fit.
No. I've seen aliens. You just strap it together with duct tape.
Duct
and
tape.
it works immediately.
What's a duck of a dog? And you make duct tape out of a duck.
Well, what you do is you squeeze it.
Really hard.
Put it through a press.
What are we doing?
Well, I'd say we're waiting for Matt to say something.
Okay.
I'm going to say, if you want, you can try to jerry-rig the 50 cal onto your thing as a very temporary measure.
How long is a combat
I'll
round?
say you would have had time to do some of it on the way here, just so you have an option.
You're on page 2 of the instructions.
Thank you for buying.
Yeah, you're just laying out all the bolts at the moment.
And the mech goes like that.
Comes with one Allen key that doesn't fit any of the nuts.
I'm going to say you've had time to fit it, just so you have...
So you strip out a flamethrower for a gun.
And do guns generate heat?
They possibly do, depending
If it goes really wrong, they do.
Or it's bound to go really wrong.
Right, well, you fire it and the gun falls off.
I'm about to roll a 1.
Excellent. We'll roll them bones down.
6.
Just missed. For that one.
A passenger plane falls out of the sky.
That's a terrible shot.
Right. So I come back round to these guys. They you see them say over their radios. Who sent you as they open fire?
I don't know. It's been 3 months
Who
since
sent
we
you?
were talking. I don't know.
Big Les.
God.
God.
Yes, we're on a mission from
Yeah.
God.
And they will attempt to blammo. Oh yeah. It's the spectrum for it. It's 5 damage to you.
What?
Yeah.
5 damage.
What?
What the fuck are they
Structure.
firing at him?
Not tech level 1.
Where do I write this?
Structure points.
So you have 17 structure points.
And they'll
So
fire
write
at
on your little
G.
card.
So I'm down to 12. That's no good.
I can't take
It's
2
like
of
a
those
rifle
hits.
pops out from where the flamethrower was and
I don't think you can take 1.
I'm not happy with that. So
Nice.
not happy with that.
and they start to like move into a flanking position. So following
Inside
towards-
a ship that we're not inside.
Yeah, I mean flanking is in they flank each other and they're coming towards you
They're flanking each other.
You mean they're side by side?
side by side. Yeah.
No. I like it.
Take it up.
I like it.
Take it up.
They're taking a flanking move
Yeah.
on each other.
It's your goals.
Well, one of them blew Dave's head off.
I felt that.
I'm starting to get the feeling we might be a little outclassed here.
Well, when they're
Little
doing
doesn't
5 points of damage, or was that two different ones hit me, or just one guy?
One hit you. The other one missed completely.
I mean, what was it firing? Was it an energy blast?
A rifle, big caliber bullets.
I suggest
50 cals.
we concentrate on one to try and take it out as quickly as possible. Do we go for that one or the other one?
Shoot the one with the rifle.
Was the other one got flamethrowers?
Well, one of them
Well,
definitely
I
had
don't know,
flamethrowers.
because it's shot and missed. Was it using its flamethrowers or was it using the rifle?
It was
as
using the
well?
rifle. It switched its weapon to a
Right.
rifle.
So they've both got rifles.
Excellent.
Well, they are getting closer.
Right. Well, I'm going to... The one that shot at me, I'm shooting it.
Okay.
14.
14. Yep. What's your damage?
2.
2.
This is a bit where it bounces off their shields or something. And we just go, well, fuck.
Again, does it look like it's actually damaged it?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to start backing out
Mm-hmm.
to hopefully bring them out into the open so we can all 4 of us concentrate
Yes, yeah.
fire on them. Because obviously he's...
You're attacking the same one, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With a 17! Woohoo!
Smashed it. What's the damage?
That's a 3.
What have you got?
Oh.
I've got a red laser.
mine then.
He's red.
Ooh, I want one of them.
Oh, that must be scrap points.
But that, you see, that
must be how
generates
much
heat.
it costs to
Which
buy
is
it.
no good to me, yeah. I can only... I've only got 3 heat
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah, well, I have 10.
Well, you're built from cheap
Would-
Russian steel.
Our heat have dissipated from the last combat we were in.
Yes. I was to say your heaters
Gold.
give you a fresh slate for this session. All right. Ollie?
9.
9. Fortunately, it's going to cost you an extra 2 heat if you want to hit,
Sure.
because your hydraulics are overworking.
Sure.
Yeah. What's your damage?
2.
You're hitting the same guy
Yes.
as the rest of them, yeah? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. It looks like he's sort of cracked the window on the mech. You've got a clear shot now.
What sort of... what do they look like, these mechs?
I say, can you scan them?
No, I can see what they look like.
No, but he can he scan?
Yeah, but that's a round, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, in the middle of a firefight. Scan their necks, will you?
Oh, yeah, I did have some kind of scanner.
Well, depending on what section these are in, we're in trouble.
That's one of them.
So
That's the one that
it's
hasn't been...
walking.
That's the one that hasn't been attacked yet.
Mirror.
And the other one, it's
Yeah.
got feet.
The other one is this one.
That's got big ass feet. It's a gopher.
Gopher.
So I'm debating about whether or not is there anything we can do to break ground beneath their feet and make them fall.
Well, the metal will be quite warm at this point because they've set fire to
Yeah.
everything.
There is flames, yeah.
So maybe just blast at their feet
Well,
instead.
what I was debating about whether or not, because no four too big is definitely one of my mottos, as to whether or not, but that only helps other people,
Yes.
but whether or not I can either break off something over them that will fall on them and do more damage than what I am doing, or trap them somewhere so they can't manoeuvre, making them easier to hit, or whether or not I can open a gap under their feet and make them fall, which means we're only fighting one of them.
I know it would be potentially a waste, but could you throw scrap at them?
I can't throw anything.
I haven't got the arm. I mean, one of the windshields on the mech is damaged, so you might be able to get a shot at the pilot in the Gopher.
Yeah, go on then, I'll do that. I'll aim for the pilot.
Sure.
Kill his ass. Oh, good. 4.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
No.
Still needs
I'm
calibrate.
going to use my motto to give you a reroll.
What is your motto?
Brace yourself.
It's not just fuck, because I think I might have to change mine to that.
Is it worse?
It's single digits. It doesn't require a lot to draw.
Fuck.
But how single?
Very single. Less than a bigger number.
It's not a 1, is it?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because obviously that creates complications.
It does create complications.
No,
Okay.
you do it and the magazine falls, the bottom of the magazine falls out.
Either my hover thing just takes me out of the thing and just leaves the mech bit.
No,
I'm actually going to say
disappears.
reduce your structure points by 2.
Okay.
On your mech.
Done.
He's dead.
No, I'm not. I'm
So
fine.
So what happens is the bullet ricochets and actually
Top of the mountain.
ignite some of your flamethrower fluid.
Where do you... Is that structure points over this
Yeah.
side?
Yeah.
All right, okay. How many did you reduce it by?
2.
Okay, cool.
And part of your mech is now on fire.
Oh, good.
Fuego.
There you go, Grande.
You might not put that out.
I haven't got anything to point out.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Except this
Okay.
this tank top I'm wearing.
And just as you remove the said tank top, we pan away to the other combat.
All right, so one of them is going to blam you now to come forward, sees you at the top.
Great.
Yep. 5 damage.
Excellent.
The other one is going to fire at this spectrum.
No.
And yeah, 5 damage.
Oh, fuck off.
And you can see, from your perspective, being the soldier, is they're moving across from each other, but they're zeroing on his mech because he's they recognise the symbol, and they look like they're about to pincer him.
Because he's nicked the corpo mech.
Yeah.
No,
It's a rental.
It's a rental.
So it's back to
It's
you
a
guys.
pinchel.
No, he's still got the thing hanging from the wing mirror.
What I'm going to do, Matt, is if they're obviously looking to flank Dave's mech, I'm going to get in between his mech
Nice.
and one of them,
Yeah.
and obviously be its target.
Right, yeah, so you're going, yeah, cool.
It's a 6, so it's shit, but it's not
Yeah.
totally shit.
Well, I should
so.
say, anytime you can elect to use heat to get a reroll yourself, if you want to generate a reroll, you can spend 2 heat.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nope.
spend
Yeah.
2.
Not doing that.
No! Oh my god, no!
So I am going to go fuck.
Okay.
Use my keepsake. Since
Is that a big wolf? Yeah.
What is your keepsake?
It's my motivational poster.
Yeah.
Hang in there,
Of
kitty.
Carpe, no, it was Carpe Diem, but there's a big bullet hole in the E, so it just says Carpe Diem.
Yeah,
Sees the fish.
Fish,
Sees the fish.
which now turns into an 11.
Nice. Very, very, yeah.
Seize the fish.
Yes.
So that's fine.
Well, which is where obviously my
3 damage.
motto then comes from.
3? What's he using?
Yeah.
Red
Laser.
laser. But that, you see, that generates 1 heat every time I fire it. Whereas obviously you guys use ammo.
I couldn't use it. It's not pink.
Brilliant.
I
Yeah.
could
be a pink
I'm
laser.
sure we can alter the lenses on it so it fires pink.
You actually go, you smash it through the rest of the screen and blast this person into oblivion.
Weren't you just manoeuvring?
No, I've moved so that I'd get shot rather than Dave, and then shot at that
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
He
right, okay.
straight up murdered that guy.
You kill it, yeah.
Excellent, good man.
I was going to say, there must have been emaciated.
Ollie,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm going to take a shot.
Right, so this is the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to shoot the guy who's just died.
Yeah,
That's
make sure.
That's an option.
10.
10. Unfortunately, unless you want to take an extra 2 heat.
I'm going to take some heat.
Okay, what damage do you do?
Well, yeah, it's
2 damage.
2 damage.
Brilliant. Okay.
Unless you want to take the 2 heat to reroll.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll come to Dave next. So your
thanks.
mech's on fire. You've got a choice. You can continue firing, or you can try to put the fire out.
Don't know what to use to put the fire out.
Take your brother off.
My riveting gun or the salvaging tool is all I have as equipment. I don't have any form
Use
of...
your sparkling personality.
You could turn the mech off.
I'll blow it.
If he turns it off,
That is
No,
your
that's true.
power.
That's true.
Gravity
Well,
interjects.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
mean,
He sends her sliding down the
he
ship.
won't be worrying about the fire. That is
True.
true.
That's true.
Very true. Very true. Well done.
And I'm not bothered about the height. It's the sudden stop at the end.
I don't have a fear of heights.
Does he reckon he could get to the lake in time?
Oh no, that's a,
Right. That's what I'm asking.
It's no longer waterproof.
Oh, also, it's a radioactive lake.
Yeah, swings and roundabouts.
You can give me a roll and see if you have a fire extinguisher. 'Cause
No, make a roll anyway.
I would say you might have one
Oh.
you put in above an 11.
Above an 11. No.
Hey, you find one, but
Yeah, it's gone, but it's empty.
you've been using it to vape instead.
Can I
for
help
something.
him out?
So yeah, if you want to use your motto,
I ain't got time for this
ain't
shit.
got time to put the fire out.
I still don't have one.
Okay.
Damn. Fuck, man.
Okay, so reduce the structure point by another point.
Okay,
as
good
it's
times.
starting to...
Well, that was just the look to find out whether or not I had a fire
No,
extinguisher.
because you rolled a 1 earlier. This is like it's...
Yeah, but I haven't had my go yet. That was just to find out whether I had a fire extinguisher, wasn't it?
Yes. But the...
But I still lose the point anyway, irrespective. That's fine.
This is the fumble.
I suppose I'll have to... Which bit of the mech is on fire?
It's one of the arms. Well, one of the curvatures where the fuel line is for the.
I wish it was one of the arms, because I don't have those, and
No, 'cause
presumably
I
that would
realise
mean
it's a drone. Yeah.
somebody else's
Yeah.
mech's on fire.
I'm looking at this.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong one.
It's nothing to worry about. It's just a fire in one of the engines.
What I'll have to do then is presumably take one of my spare tops and try and pat it out. Spare tops, not the one I'm wearing.
Blast.
Well, if it
Your
distracts
eyes.
them and we win the fight, I mean, I'm game for anything. I'll
It'd be
pour a
one-
bucket of water on
It'd be one of these
myself.
where you're.
Pouring it on the fire would be better.
It'd be one of these animes where your upper body dimensions change depending on how the plot demands it.
Like Power Girl.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, if you're willing to take your entire round during that, you should be able to put the fire.
But if it's that scene and then back to you in the mech seat as normal, it doesn't make any sense.
Do they all have band tees that no one remembers anymore? Or the tops?
All my tops
Yeah.
are bands that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bros.
Bros.
Haha. Things like that, you know. Everyone else is in AC/DC t-shirts and I'm going
Yeah.
Bros.
And that would bring us to the spectrum.
Right, I'm going to shoot somebody else.
Well, shoot the other guy. But shoot the guy who's not dead.
Good idea. Let's try that. 19.
Yeah? What's
Wow.
the damage?
Same as before. 2.
Yeah.
The bonus seems to be they have no actual structure points, because I think we only did 6 structure points for them.
They're not heavily armoured, no.
I mean, if these
Thank
are,
Christ for that.
say, if these guys are in scout models, basically.
Well, I don't know. One of them was in a gopher and the other one was in a moon dancer or something.
Mirror
I don't
ball.
know.
Mirror
That's
ball.
it, yeah.
But bear in mind, they've been in a very hot room. It may have weakened them.
When you shone your lights into it, you should have been blinded.
By the light.
I like, by the mirror ball.
Noise. Right.
The disco beat should have started.
I was singing Here Comes the Mirror.
Yeah,
So it's focusing on you.
fuck yous.
No.
Less than really big.
Actually-
he's probably going like.
Actually, he's going to spend heat to reroll.
Yeah, screw that, he says. I've got
It's
47
going
heat.
for the spectrum. No, 6 and a 9. Nope,
He's
failed.
obviously distraught over his mate being killed.
Fortunately, failed a hit, and it is now your turns.
That's so unfortunate for them to
No,
fail.
no, he's laughing because he doesn't have to split the loot anymore.
Okay.
Is it? Oh, good.
Maybe I should go for a new motto. Eat shit and die.
Shit, I'm falling again.
What, that get you a re-roll for sheer
Yeah.
comedy value?
Yeah.
You're pissing yourself.
Fuck, not again. Well, as we're all stuck again, I'm going to manoeuvre myself so that I'm in between Dave and enemy mech.
Yep.
I'm in a lot of pain here. I'm in a lot of
I
pain.
miss. I rolled an 8. But I'm not going to take any
Choice.
extra
Okay, yeah.
because I'm already up to 5.
You're back in action. I'll come to you.
Come to me.
Yeah, you've put the fire out. You've now got some like authentic
I've
burn
changed
damage.
my top. Hello, Kitty. I shall unload all over him.
Crikey. Wow.
That good, eh?
You continue to amaze.
I got 5.
5. Okay, you missed.
You definitely are the
unfortunately.
eye candy of the group, aren't you?
Dave tonight is taking the role of Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confused? Yes.
You will
Dice
be.
in a ball.
Dice in the bowl, everyone. Dice in the bowl.
Alright, so Spectrum. I'll come to you. And I'll go back to Ollie.
I'm going to go shoot him a bang.
Okay.
8.
Yay.
You could take heat if you want to re-roll that.
How much heat would I take?
2.
I've only got 3 heat.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
It's a bit touch and go.
Yeah, it's a bit touching cloth.
Yeah, well, putting it this way,
You better
if you,
ventilation.
if you roll really badly, you might well take extra heat.
You will
Full
have to
stop.
make a heat check afterwards.
Forget it.
Okay.
That's the only thing I'm mentioning.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
For
not
you,
a
I
good
don't think
idea.
it's a viable option.
Well,
hits. Yep.
yeah, 2 damage.
For you,
damage.
Tommy, the war is
Okay.
over.
I could have given Dave a re-roll by using my motto,
You could.
rather than you taking heat.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. No, 4 is too big. Take him, Specky.
I think that Graeme will argue with
8.
Excellent. Well done.
It's just what you did.
No, I've not rolled that high.
You've got the girls out for the occasion. Jeez.
Yeah, but the cameraman
camera.
didn't see.
Off camera.
Right.
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 This is now right up against you, and then now it's
Right up.
No, I
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah,
I
sorry, yeah.
moved in the way.
so it's going to try to actually flamethrower you on this. Nope. Oh, well, no, actually, it's still going to burn heat. You can do that. Nope. Okay.
Somehow missed
That was
a
worse.
close range one.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Right. It's your guys' go. So yeah, try to. It just got the fight didn't quite catch.
Now, I don't have any sort of melee actual weapons or anything
No.
with this. Is there still a way to like headbutt it, kick
You
it?
can do an improvised attack. Yeah.
But
can
how effective would it be?
It would be 1 point of damage, really. For
Right, I'll just shoot the fucker then. With an 11.
Yeah, and you're
And 3 points of damage.
Okay. You can definitely tell him that this mech's having some trouble.
Shoot him about
Yeah, getting shot at.
A 19.
19, yeah?
2 damage.
2 damage, yeah. This thing just kind of like sinks to the floor.
Quick, Dave, scan them both.
Scanning.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I mean, obviously, 37 weeks later we come back and
I
find
do
out what he's printed out.
Is that an I'll just
You can scan, yeah.
Thank you.
You have to roll for it.
I don't know. I've rolled 15. It's a good roll.
It's a good roll.
It's a good
I think
roll.
you might have to use your SP points. So your EP points to do it. Do you have any EP points?
Energy points.
Energy points.
11.
Then, yeah, you should be
You've
it.
got a lot.
It tells you about the mech.
Well, we know what the mech type is.
It's a mirror man and a gopher.
Go for it.
You do notice, though, from the scan, I'll give you this for free, that the sort of the rear part of the mech is sort of out, like hatches burst out.
Yeah, he's escaped.
Oh, yeah, he's done one. Into a room that's on fire.
That's all right.
Okay.
Probably going to nick my mech and fly away with it.
What, while you shut it down? Hi, I've come to fix your mech.
Yeah, so you scan a mirror
It's
ball
over here, and it's so
Is it a
hot.
mirror ball?
with a certain pattern.
Mirror ball.
Here comes the mirror man. Or mirror ball. Or ball.
Ball.
Or
Okay.
aerosol. Neither I want it from a mech.
So yeah, sentinel pattern mirror ball and an opus pattern gopher.
Oh, so it's all bits that you can
Whip.
Well, it's not like we can rip the bits off the mech.
Well, somebody shot them.
We could just tear them apart and grab all the
Well,
bits
it's
off them.
we could just drag them behind. How much will, for example, will the mirror ball mech take in his extra hopper?
It's 8 salvage value.
So is that beyond your capacity? It's beyond mine.
I could squeeze it in.
Then
Can
we'd
you
have
accommodate
What
it?
about the gopher?
The gopher is, I think, a bit chunkier. It is 4, actually.
less chunky.
Somebody could easily whip that.
I've got 6 cargo
I'm
capacity.
going to squeeze that mirror ball in. I do a bit of Tetris with the mech.
Surely it's only 7 though, because we've chopped bits off it.
Well, we don't need the screen anymore.
We don't need the pilot.
Unfortunately, the systems on both of them are destroyed, but you can attempt to salvage the modules.
That's fine. Basically, I'll start just going, just ripping all the legs off and stuff.
Sure.
And since they've scanned it, we'll know
Rebuild
how
it.
it puts back together.
There's always bits left over though.
Yeah, it's like, where did these 3 bolts come from? And then the leg falls off.
You'll have nicked out the gopher as well. That's probably doesn't fit. It's a go ball or a mirror.
We'll just do our best. It's equally shit at the 2 rolls it's supposed to do.
And you can see that in this room now, you're not in immediate danger.
Well, the room is on fire.
The room is on fire, that's true, but obviously you're in a mech, so it's not a massive problem.
Before we go any further, is there any scary shit going on outside still?
Yes.
Or has Captain Wibble defeated all of the corporate
Well,
mechs?
as in one mech went wah over the ship or something.
The battle is still ongoing.
Are they persevering?
You can't really see from where you're like in.
Well, the battle's still going on, so 1+ of them is left alive.
Do you want to hover up and have a look? Apart from the sound of fire, outside the ship has gone very quiet now.
Uh-oh.
That means the fight is over.
There's one really shagged mech pilot left over.
How fast is Dave's mech?
Don't think it's particularly fast.
Got go faster stripes on it, so it's pretty fast.
Is it?
With it being a hover vehicle, and also how high can it go?
It says it hovers, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't give you a height. It just says can hover over terrain. That's all I get.
I'd say 20 feet in the air would be the standard.
So not very. No, just wondering because if you being
fly
a,
like a
a
dolphin.
flying mech, if you were a bit faster, you might be able to,
Nip out and have a look.
well, potentially take the behemoth further away and outpace it.
Can't see it.
Well, that's because we're not outside.
That's true.
Is there any way one of us can get out of our mech and go find a hole or a window or something to look out of while we're inside the ship?
Yeah, you could look around. Yeah, basically clamber about. Not going to make you roll for this. Yeah. Anyone volunteering, or just so you're going to go?
I'll go.
Yeah. So you get to the other side where the battle takes place. You kind of get into the building eventually, sort of moving as quietly as you can. You kind of look out and you can see the ruins of these mechs surrounding the area. And there's no sign of this thing anymore. It's just
the wreckage of mechs.
Is there big, massive footprints that say it went that way?
there's claw dents in the ground leading off. Yes,
And which way do they lead?
away from you.
Excellent.
Obviously,
yeah.
away from there, but to the east, to the west, to the south, to the north.
To the lake, to
Back-
the hub, to the park,
Back
to the
towards the
industrial-
lake.
Back towards the lake.
Right, I
Right,
suggest we
not
head
go-
towards the park.
Yes, we're going in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are getting out of here. Okay.
We are going to foxtrot
So
Oscar.
is your intention to
what did we come here to salvage off this vehicle? I mean, you've crammed a load of mech stuff in there, but not everybody else is full. Why are we here? That's the question.
Well, the whole goal is to get scrap to then upgrade our crawler so we can upgrade our mechs. So then we can get better scrap so we can upgrade our crawler so we can upgrade our mechs.
You need
So we
more.
get better scrap.
You need scrap to maintain the crawler as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But basically, we have to feed the beast.
But the thing that the corps are after, or the corpors,
And
is there any way we could determine whether that's still here or not? Assuming that those two must have been digging for and reason.
I'm wondering if that black goo stuff that's caused this thing to come to life may be the thing they were coming here.
What were they burning?
Well, that's good. They were
So
burning
while
canisters.
he's checking out the other side, you guys can look around the area and you find similar to these canisters that came out of his mech, these smashed ones, and there's little remnants of this black stuff just on like bits of the.
Don't touch it.
No, I'm not going anywhere near it.
Like, can you examine the crew that's been burnt as well? And there's little like bits of it kind of fused onto them.
So it's a meld sample, and that's all we've got. So it melds with whatever it touches, presumably. So we obviously don't touch it.
Yeah, so, and it appears to select organic and inorganic.
Anything else you can do with it? I don't know what systems you've got.
It's like silly putty.
I don't think so. I mean, I've got the data scanner, which is part of the that's a chassis ability. I've got a 50 cal. I've got an escape hatch, a locomotion system, a comms module, a reactor flare, which I've got no idea what that is, and a personal recreation device.
I would assume that
I've got one of them.
your reactor flare thing is going to be something where you flare your reactor, possibly just either killing it down or
I think it might actually be a weapon.
maybe like a flashback to, Ian Peoples or...
If that black goo is on this ship, surely they had tech to be able to contain it and or scan it and or tell us what it does.
But they may have burnt it.
They may have done, but they may not.
Something went very wrong. Yeah.
I feel like this was a containment team, and they were trying here to cover it up.
Well, they were corpos,
Yes.
so there has to be a risk assessment on using this ship.
There'll be something, because it'll all be written down.
Is there a computer?
Not in this section. no.
He'd be the point to tell us. He's an ex-corp.
Yeah.
Surely he should be able to work out where it's be likely.
Sorry, he brought the wrong cable. He can't plug in.
I tell you what, though, give me a D20 roll.
I will give you a D20 roll. 5.
You were not able, from the scan, you were not able to retrieve any of the communication logs or anything from there.
Bit of a bugger.
Well, let's have a rummage around, see what we can find.
Yeah.
In the ship, yeah, she's saying, okay.
There's got to be something around here that tells us what this crap is, and maybe something on board that can contain it. So when it comes to fisters outside, then we've got something to defend ourselves with.
You eventually find what you recognise as a similar setup from your mech. There's like a computerised system, but it's been completely like wrecked, unfortunately.
Does it have any memory wafers? Bubble drive?
Whapper thin.
It's a BBC micro.
Well, if it's got bubble memory,
Oh, Christ.
you can still retrieve it.
But you do think that perhaps you take it back to the crawler, you might be able to examine the substance and learn more about it.
Right.
I look forward to taking over the crawler.
Insert future adventure campaign.
That's all right. We're going to bury it in the desert and let's pat it down.
Yeah.
There we go. That's that sorted.
No one will ever find that.
But that sort of side of things is explored in one of the future adventures, if you're interested.
Oh, you don't tell us that.
Yeah.
We've got to waste an hour fannying about with that.
Get at least 3 hours out of fanning about.
That's how you make adventures last. You have 4 lines of text and it lasts you an hour and a half.
You've had 4 lines of text and it's lasted you 30 years.
To be fair.
Oh, that's looking at the book.
I'm just.
I
I was
You're
just.
still trying to find the stuff you've got.
Are we going to do one then?
Well, that is effectively the last encounter of the official Star adventure. I think that was my tea, by the way. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'll just have both.
G's done it many times.
He has.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Twice, maybe 3 times. Not that
Many.
I like the fact that he mentioned it as I finished it.
Yes.
And not at any other point.
Well, maybe you only just noticed.
Or it's the first time I'd noticed you doing it, to be fair.
Well, you've got a big, really long straw.
2 of them. 2 of both.
So yeah, you can make it back to the crawler without any issues.
Unmolested.
Unmolested, because essentially that is the adventure.
Okay.
Because we were at the nub end.
Unless somebody wants to do something like
Slim
that.
Jim
He's
will
run out of
molest
content.
you.
Now we can really take the piss.
Slim Jim will molest you if you want.
And so, as Mad Maxine heads down Furry Road,
Sounds like a euphemism to me.
and they return to the peace and tranquility of Tin Lizzie, we draw a veil over Salvage Union for the time being, a game I think the bad boys may consider revisiting in the future. So maybe it's not the last time you've heard of Wasted Dreams and Rusty.
I'm pressing the buttons, boys!
Anyway, you've been listening to It's Good to Be Bad. This episode, Put Your Legs on Silent, was recorded some 2 months after part 1 on the 14th of June 2024. If this is your first time listening to the show, welcome on board and well done for making it this far. You can interact with us on the various platforms in the links attached and email us on itsgoodtobebad@gmail.com. All interactions really help the show. Why not subscribe? Leave a review on your favourite app or consider helping us out with a contribution via our Patreon account. All these things really do help the show. And as always, remember, I mean, I can jiggle these bad boys for you if you want.
So
We're not talking about your testicles
You guys-
again, are we?